Okay, so we're joined by Tipperary senior football manager Peter Creedon, looking ahead to the game against Limerick at the Gaelic grounds. Peter, what are your hopes and expectations as we prepare to travel to Limerick?
I suppose the first thing we're hoping to get our first championship win in Munster in a number of years. I think it's 8 years, and that's the number one goal of the squad now, and go down to Limerick and win the match. And our three words are kind of, let's win a game. If we don't win it, let's make sure we're competitive, and from that we derive our enjoyment, and that's what we're focusing on over the next couple of weeks.
For supporters, how is the squad at the moment? Is everyone fit and available?
I'm sure bar young Donnelly picked up a knee injury in a club hurling game at the weekend, and Philip Quirkus and Alan Maloney are long-term injuries, but other than that we've a full deck of cards to pick from, so we can't have any excuse in that department.
Limerick, our opponents, we know quite well.
Yeah, well, Limerick are a very seasoned championship team. I suppose they've been number 3 in Munster for the last number of years, and I've been unlucky that they didn't get over the line against Cork and Kerry on numerous occasions, and look, it'll be tough not to crack down in the Gaelic grounds, and it'll be a tough physical battle, but if we play to our potential and move the ball quickly, I think we have a good chance.
The senior hurlers are playing the following day, Peter. Should we have had a double header perhaps?
Well, common sense would have suggested probably it would have been better for both squads. Obviously for the football squads of Limerick and Tipperary, it would have led to a better atmosphere, and I think our players deserve to show their talents in front of larger crowds, but look, it is what it is now, so we just have to get on with it.
Congratulations on promotion from Division 4 of the Alliance League. It was a tremendous achievement. It was obviously a goal you set out to attain at the start of the year.
Yeah, it was an attainable goal, and we won it. I think there's only going to be 9 trophies given out in senior to county football this year. I think Dublin will probably take 3 of them, and we've one of the others, so we're happy enough with that, and we can look forward to next season, Division 3, and that's a realistic target as well for us. But look, the higher the divisions you go, obviously the better you're going to go in championship, and it's a work in progress.
You've constantly said that, Peter, that to progress we need to be moving up through the divisions in the National League.
Yeah, I think maybe in years gone by it didn't necessarily matter, but I think the way modern football has gone and the level of preparation that's going into it, the higher standard games that you're playing on a more regular basis, it certainly stands to maybe the teams like ourselves who might have smaller panels. But we just need to get up to Division 2, and we can even see that the last couple of years in Championship. I can't remember a Division 4 team turning over 1 or 2. So we just have to get up there if we want to have realistic targets in the Championship.
To win a game at Croke Park in the national final, Peter, what kind of confidence and belief will that have instilled in the players?
Well, there was a great buzz in the camp afterwards, and they obviously had a good night out themselves, and success is kind of it's very, very important, because it makes all the effort that you put into it worthwhile, and obviously playing Croke Park was an enjoyment in itself, so we're delighted with that win, and the players deserve it as well for the effort they put in, not just this year but last year.
And who's to say that we won't be back there again?
Well, you don't know. Like, sport is funny. We certainly have the potential, if we got in a role, whether in the qualifiers or 2 months or whatever, that we have the potential to move on. But we have to keep all our main players fit. 1 or 2 injuries in certain areas, we could start to struggle. But who knows? We weren't too far off a couple of years ago, and I think we have a much better squad now, so it is possible. Yeah.
Peter, how much will the players have learned from last year's championship campaign in terms of experience? And you have praised them for they took a couple of disappointing defeats, but their character is strong and they've come back again. Yeah,
well, we took a nice thumping below in Killarney. I suppose, like, when you reflect back on the match and watch the video, after 40 minutes there's only 3 points in it. The last 20 minutes, I suppose, Kerry just steamrolled us, but we recovered well, and weren't a million miles away from beating Galway, who had a good run after that. So we're well capable of beating most teams on a given day in championship football, but look, we just have to deal with Limerick now first.
You have a very busy job in Tipperary town as well, as principal in Scoil. How do you manage to get that work, family and life, business and sport as well, that balance? How do you manage all that?
Well, I suppose I enjoy the intercounty football from the point of view that it's a hobby. I do it for the love of the game and for developing football in Tipperary. I have to say I'm very lucky with the squad of players. I have very little excuses coming my way. They're very easy to manage. Training's obviously in Thurles, and I live only a couple of miles from Thurles, and I suppose that's very, very important. And I suppose I have a very patient and understanding wife who realises that that I get great enjoyment from football, and that's my probably lifestyle drug, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. How important would it be for this group of players to go to the Gaelic grounds and first of all get a performance and hopefully then the result, Peter?
Well, if we get a win against Limerick, which would be difficult, it really sets up a good game against Cork, and that would really set a benchmark as to how far we are away, or how are we closing the gap, and that would be a nice challenge to look forward to.
I wish you well, Peter, and many thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, Jackie.